Hi, this is Brian from Enlightenspeed, and we are doing a quick video. Well, we'll try and be quick about it. It's for the update for Agnostik. The update that we are doing, it's relatively significant. It's really kind of starting to move Agnostik into the kind of position that we want it. And this is the first part of it. So it's the 1.2 update, and as you can see immediately, it's changed visually quite spectacularly. We've gone for the kind of LCD look that we did with Launchion, get a lot of kind of happier souls from the Launchion stuff. So we've gone for that kind of LCD look again. It looks a lot better. It's not finished because there's a lot more still to be done with it. But this is our kind of first look at how it'll eventually end up being. Once everything else is in place, then we'll kind of put like little kind of dividers up into like the scale section and the chord section kind of thing, and basically just try and make it look a bit more snazzy. But there's still a lot more to be added, so we're not wanting to kind of go full on into committing to something yet. So this is going to be a kind of quick live video. I'm just doing this in one take basically. We have one Agnostik here, as you can see, and if we just kind of scroll down, I've got a couple of VSTs which I've already sorted the patch out for. I'm not going to bother with any kind of patch flicking stuff. Just wanted a kind of general sound so I could show you the workflow of how this is going through. So first of all, I'm just going to reset Agnostik itself, get it back to its initial position. So as you can see, we're on bank 26, which is C#3. Every chord at the moment just sounds the same. So just going to set up anything that's got 4 intervals. And I'll do that for 27, 28 and 29 as well. There we go. Let's quickly just get a listen to them. So give me a second here and I will just set these up so they actually got chords that work a wee bit better. Basically just changing the root note for them. That'll do. And so what you can see there is that for each of the chords, they're all set in and they're all showing. If you look down here, we've got this new thing, play mode. So they're all showing as chord standard at the moment, which is basically just a flat chord. But if we drag this up and down, we now see that there is different play types. We have a bunch of strums, a bunch of arps, and a bunch of repeat ratchet kind of things. So whatever you fancy. I'm going to set each of them to arp. And what these then do is that they are connected to the what we're calling player controllers. So we just go into the player controllers page, click that button there, and we get this bunch of controls. So this is strums here, strum 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the arps, 1, 2, 3, 4, reps 1, 2, 3, 4. And each of these runs independently. So as well as just being able to have different chords and different scales all set up, you can have each key for example, going to a different arp setting. You can have each one going to a different strum setting, this kind of thing. So any kind of setup there, it just kind of shows you what Agnostik's really doing now, is that each key is effectively its own arpeggiator, or its own strummer, or its own reps. And there is, at the moment, there's a maximum of 4 each. I just kind of thought it might be a bit silly to go much beyond that. It's not impossible that we'll expand that a bit. 4 might end up being a little bit tight, but it's kind of difficult to really say. So I'll need to wait a little bit just while I can actually try and make songs with it and see if I find it starting to be a bit stingy. I probably will, but it's difficult to really say right now as to what's going to happen with those. So the next thing, now we've set all of these up for ARP 1, so just quickly get a listen. And just for the sake of saving y'all from having to listen to me play keyboard really badly, because I'm on my QWERTY keyboard here, I'm just going to put the notes in here. So set that to bar. Listen. So that's them all set up as ARP 1. We'll just kind of go through these and we'll set the other ones, set them so that they're all working independently, and just have a wee play around with this. And so you can see how obviously each one is now going to its own separate arpeggiator. The basic set of controls, you've got your strum rate, which defines how quickly it's coming in. You got strum speed, which is how quickly you go from kind of bottom note to top note. The length, which it tells you how long the strum is actually active for. You get a lot of useful effects actually just by messing around with the length of that, because obviously if it's got a kind of slower speed and a shorter length, then it can only get to say like the second note or something like that. If you've got like say a 6-note strum, and varying that can be really quite cool. We've got the strum type as well, which is just kind of standard settings for a strummer, up, down, up, down. On the arps, we've got rate controls, length again, and the types. We've got arpeggiator up, arpeggiator down, up, down, and we've also got random, which is what the third one was set to there. And the reps, we've just got the rate and length. We've also got a big kind of blank space on the right hand side, which is really just kind of reserved to allow us to have some more kind of global controls added. It might be the case that they get used for kind of more global controls once other features are added in, and might be that we'll come up with some kind of other controls specifically for those other features. I'm not going to go too much into them just now. They're in development. We're a long way away from really getting all of those out, because there is other stuff that we're wanting to do first. We know there's a request in to have Inspiral bumped up to about either 8 or 16 scales. And there's other stuff with Launchion as well, needs to get brought up to date as well. So it's all looking very exciting. We will have more agnostic stuff coming out soon. Well, the Launchion and Inspiral stuff are probably hoping maybe May. Launchion, it's not Launchion, for agnostic updates after this one. Kind of difficult to really put too fine a point on what the time will be at this point. You're probably talking about August, September, but it's kind of difficult to really say. Anyway, that's us. That's the kind of the gist of it. So the main things to remember: we've got the new play mode. Everything's been messed around. All of the chord stuff has now been kind of compacted a bit. You've still got all of your kind of different chord types, but they're all much more into this kind of much neater looking thing here, and the scale stuff has remained pretty much exactly the same. We've changed the colours and everything like this. We've got this kind of middle section here which has now got the record and stuff here, and of course the play mode. So the play mode is the kind of like the big feature really, and we've obviously got the player controllers just to help with making things a little bit more expressive, and just giving you a wee bit more control over things as they're coming out. So we will see you soon, I guess. Let's say we need to kind of get ourselves back into the cupboard and get coding away and get developing away. But we should, let's say, we should have some stuff out for Launchion, and we should have some stuff out for Inspiral. We'll have those out hopefully sometime in May. And in the meantime, thanks very much for listening. Take care. Bye bye.